Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good week in the markets. Friday, September 23rd. Markets are continuing their decline. GME holding up pretty well today, actually. Made about 500 bucks on a mini future, and then I scalped, on a micro, and I scalped a mini today. Gnarly. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT, as well as our Discord server. Link for that is in the description. Yeah, we kind of, it's nice when TA works out and you see it coming. So 2 days ago, if you guys are watching my video, literally we were building this red candle here, and as we were filming it, I was like, if it drops below this this green candle, this direction isn't decided, because we had this inside bar candle here, and then basically whichever way it breaks out of the candle before it, kind of direction decided. It was bearish anyways on longer term. We've got bearish MACD, red candles into the 9, and what they said, what Powell said was just what he said was bearish on the market. 75 basis points I think probably wasn't it. I think it was more what he said, just the outlook, a grim outlook. But he's right, and he's right how that has to happen to reduce inflation. You have to reduce demand. So yeah, this is demand being reduced right here. And here we are. SPY's coming down quite a bit. We're back to the price it was in 2020. Isn't that crazy? There you go. Here's 2020. 366. So I think this could be, we could see kind of the big crash, or the biggest crash of this year. I think we could see it just starting right now and continuing next week. I think Monday will probably be red. However, if Monday ends up having a big candlestick on the bottom on the SPY, showing support, then maybe that'll be a temporary bottom and we'll start to bounce from there. But the way this is setting up, and from what Powell was saying, I think we could see a big move down to continue on. And if we do break this support next week, if not today, probably not today, but if we break it next week, I think it would probably be on a Monday. It's possible we rip out of there, and then we'll have the workings of an RSI divergence on the weekly candle signifying a rally, which Bullion's brought up in Discord. It's a good point. It'd be at least a week before it's confirmed, but yeah, that could be the case. Or this could just be the beginning of a pretty bad crash. Like this was, what, 6-7 weeks of just down. We could have something like this, but large down weeks. Like these candles. These are large weekly candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 red candles on the weekly, 7 weeks down. We're at 2, but these are much bigger. We have 7 more or 5 more. That would definitely be, I'd say the crash of 2022. Next level after 360, if we don't hold that on Monday, and it kind of continues, I would say the next main support I see is kind of this 341, and then after that it's the pre-COVID high, 325. This was COVID. This was the high here right before COVID. So yeah, we either might be there in a week or two, or maybe even a week, or maybe we'll be back up here. So at this point though, it's had a big move down. RSI is quite oversold, but we can keep going. And today actually is the lowest RSI has been on the SPY all year except for January. Back here in January, RSI got a little more oversold. So it definitely could move down more. And if we break that 360 and continue down, we'll see some lower RSIs on there. So Monday, I'm kind of anticipating it being red. I'll probably get another short on the futures, which are very interesting how they work. GME, on the other hand, has held up very well today, which is kind of unusual. it's pretty unusual. I'm not sure yet. We've got about 45 minutes left. I don't know if this will be a red MACD crossing the signal to the bearish side on the daily yet. If it rallies enough, this could stay green. I do still think there's downside here, but if that stays green on the MACD, that definitely helps the case that this might just be consolidation before move up, which is crazy to think after these last 3 big down days. So until we kind of break this low and this low of 23.42 and we're not getting a divergence, that is still a possibility where we're just in a consolidation range and then deciding if we're going to go up or not. And if the SPY kind of takes a rebound next week, you know, Monday probably sees new lows and starts to rally Monday, Tuesday, and we start to see this bear market rally, kind of this dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it, relief rally. If GME, I mean, for how well it's held up today, this might end up being consolidation and not kind of consolidation before more downs, but just consolidation before reversal to the upside. Just a bigger range, so end up being more something like this, or that, or even that maybe, and not this, where it's consolidation and then dropping more. So looking to see which way it breaks to the upside or downside. But this MACD not crossing, that would be the first good sign of it being bullish. And then yeah, just see how next week plays out. But it's pretty solid coming into close here. It's green. Wow. Green on the day, almost 0.5%. BBY, not so much luck. If this thing got wrecked today. Oh shit, I have to roll everything. Ugh. Got everything to roll over. So my short puts are 9.5. I'm gonna try and roll them down to 9 on BBY, and I think I have to go out to October monthlies. I might have to go to the end of October. So yeah, continuing to pull capital out of that play and stretch out the time and collect credit on each time I roll. A small amount of credit, but yeah, basically I'm just bringing that cost basis way down. I do still think there is a play in GME or in BBY, but time frame, that sort of thing, I really don't know. I think it'll definitely have another squeeze of sorts. Will it hit the high? Will it hit new highs? I'm not sure. Probably, I'm assuming it won't actually hit the same high. I think it'll probably be a smaller move, kind of like HKD did, and that's kind of a typical thing. Has a big move and then has a smaller move later. This was, no, that was actually still a pretty good move. But yeah. So if you're holding BBY at 28, you know, it might come back up there, but it's if the company can turn around, then yeah, for sure. So anyways, plays, no IPOs today. They keep delaying them, so I think they're seeing kind of the overall market condition and they're pushing it back, which is kind of an interesting perspective on the market and IPOs. So yeah, I think like during the crash, 08 and even 01, there was basically just a long, like, once you hit a bottom was when no companies were IPOing. Like, no one was coming out of the market. So that's, I think, one of the signs for kind of a bottom. The bottom is in. So I think we're quite a ways off of that still, because we're still IPOing even. We haven't even stopped and haven't stopped for enough time. So GME is green, and that is good. So futures, yeah, like I said, I opened up that future. Actually opened up 2. I opened up 1 here after J Powell and after we broke that low, and I held that. And then I'm just learning how they work, really. So I'm trying to scalp them. I was trying to, and then I'm like, I do better just holding it longer. And then I was trying to go long while I had a short, but it doesn't really work. It's not like a call or a put. It's like shares basically. So if you want to go long, you just you have to buy to close your short, more or less, or yeah, close your short, and then you could go long and buy to go long. So anyways, scalping yesterday, of course, didn't really work. It was pretty flat, but I just held my shorts overnight, and I actually closed one of the future shorts last night, just because I was like, I don't want that much exposure, and that's okay. It was a big move today, though. I would have made another 400 bucks, or no, yeah, 450 on it. So the one I held until I was actually planning on keep holding it, and then at here, or no, sorry, here I wanted to go long, and so I tried to go long, and that just closed my short. So that's how I learned that. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I went back short, and then I actually ended up closing it here. But I'll probably open it up again to hold over the weekend, because again, I think Monday will probably be more red and most likely gap down, since the SPY, majority of the moves are made, like 95% of the percentages are made in extended hours. So but basically I'm doing the micro. What the micro is basically $19,000 of leverage shares. That's more or less how it trades. So if you were to basically buy SPY at this price with $19,000, and I'm pretty sure it's moving just the same as what that is, because that's the amount of margin it costs. So figure 20,000, you can round it to 20,000, and with a 2% move on the SPY, it's 400 bucks. So you can figure that out in your head, and that's a micro. That's the smallest one you can do. Now just a mini, you times it by 10. So a 2% move on the SPY is $4,000 against you or for you. So it's, to me, I'm visualizing it like basically just trading on margin, more or less, with shares. So it's kind of interesting. You are trading on margin, and you can definitely blow up your account and then some, because you're basically on margin and you're owing them money. But that said, I think there is a place for it for sure. I did actually trade a couple minis today just for like 30 seconds. One was on accident, and then one was I was just testing to see if I even had margin for it. I made a little bit. I think I made like 100 bucks on them. It's just real quick. Not ready for the minis, not yet. Not on the S&P, at least. GME is making a nice solid move here. But instead of just a mini, you could just do like 2 or 3 or 5 micros, and it would be half of a mini. So just to kind of work up into it. But yeah, so there's not time decay, you're not getting IV crushed, there's none of that. So it's really nice. So, if you basically shorted it here, right? You're short the future here, it goes up and it goes against you, whatever, 100 bucks. And then you just hold it, and by the time you're here, then you're back to break even, and then you're positive. Even if you would imagine it as like a daily contract or something, it wouldn't be like that. So, and then when the expiration rolls around, you can just roll it. There's not like a decay. You're not having to close it because you didn't spend any money to open it. There's no premium, more or less. So pretty cool if you're trying to get exposure to the S&P, the SPY, the overall market, or even crypto, currencies, and then of course commodities, energy, that sort of thing. So definitely going to be looking more into that, because options, I really like to sell premium on options, and going long on premium, it hardly works for me. Spreads work sometimes, but combination of high IV and high premiums, and then trying to time it, and I think it's just, I don't know, it's very difficult. So leaps I think are good. You lower IV, and they're safer, but shorter dated, far out of the money, like yeah, I'd rather just sell options, or maybe spreads. Yeah, I think my most successful stuff on options, well, I mean, they were, my highest percentages of course were shorter dated, out of the money, but consistency wise we're probably like leaps where I've done the best on. So those are my thoughts this week from my experience with futures and options and shares. Even closed my Fubu calls again, just giving money to the market maker. That thing actually did rally today. I closed them a little early, but yeah, closed BBBY calls, just basically took realized losses today. Opened up, what did I do on GME? I opened up puts. Yeah, those puts I had did well. I closed them, and then I reopened some. Yeah, so I have 5 22 puts. So for this, like maybe a call credit spread, which I was planning on doing, I just got puts instead. Oh well. So I have 522 puts for October 14th. Because I think if GME doesn't make a move here, some kind of RSI divergence or a not flipping bearish, I think we will probably see retest of these 20s and even teens. And then here's the futures. So I don't even know. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see here. Or no, let's see if I can do that. Yeah, so today it's kind of lagging, but it says today's futures gains 548. So I don't know if that's just today or if that's from yesterday too. I don't know. Yeah, those are all futures then. So did some scalping on them, but really just holding them overnight because that's when the market moves the most. Tesla puts up 40%, 33% today, and don't have a whole lot of other bearish plays. Just Tesla and GME. And yeah, what a week. What a week. GME is looking awful strong, 1.3% in this bearish market. So we might not be. We will see. I mean, we've got 30 minutes left to close. BBY kind of making a little move, but it's still way down. Interesting. That's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Discord. Have a good weekend. Probably do a Twitter Spaces. Follow me on there. Peace out.